I drink. Don't act like you know me if you don't know my team. That's how it goes, man. Thinks, please don't mind me. It is as if my whole life I dream. Winning is all I do, I think. Magic tricks, man, I roll up my sleeves. What you talking about, sleep? I stay up and get things done. I be like, ready, get me some. You couldn't prevent me from taking the lead in this league. I got stripes and stripes, striking best not hide your eyes. I'll just a whole dynamite, let it ignite inside and still be able to remind them why. It's Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud Kingdom, Spud. Any day, any night, on site, alright, let's go.
Welcome, everybody, to the next episode of the Spud Kingdom podcast. I am your host, as always, Kevin Woodrum. Some of you know me as Woody. I want to thank you guys for tuning in each and every week. I really appreciate it. I cannot do this without you. You all make this happen. I mean, this is about our Spud Kings and about you, the Spud Kingdom. So thank you guys all for tuning in each and every week. And to the new people, welcome aboard. Appreciate having you. Stick around. Get some others on here. I'd be happy to have them. Happy holidays coming up. Whatever you celebrate, I just want to wish you a happy holiday. Hopefully it's a safe and fun-filled holiday and maybe some happy times with the family. We got a big recap from the weekend versus Ogden. We split the series with them. We'll get into that here in just a little bit. We got some interviews from the first game with Andrew Schmidt and Liam Donovan. So stay tuned for those as well. We got stats, standings, the 3 stars of the week. We got the player of the week, preview of the weekend slate on the road. We got a couple games coming up this weekend, but they are on the road. We'll be back after the new year. We won't have a home game till after the new year. We play this weekend on the road, and then we're off for Christmas weekend, and then we'll be back after New Year's here in town. So it'd be great to have everybody back. January 4th, that game got changed to a home game for us. It was an away game against Casper, but now it's going to be a home game. So tickets are available now. All of you, this is a couple weeks in advance to give you a chance. Maybe it's a Christmas present for one of you or the other. Who knows? Pick them up now, though. Tickets are available for the January 4th game that is now at home. Let's see. We got some trivia going on this week. We'll get to that here in a little bit as well. Hockey rule of the week, of course. And with all that, let's get to the action, guys. So game 1 was Friday, December 13th at the MAC. Spud Kings came out on fire. I mean, this was great. Like, I can't believe how awesome this was and great momentum to build for the whole entire game. So it was awesome. So Spud Kings had 12 shots on goal and Ogden only had 2. So that's a little bit of a preview of how the first period would look. It wouldn't take long for to get things going. At 31 seconds, Easton Edwards gets his 10th on the year, and he was assisted by Andrew Schmidt for his 15th and Will Donovan for his 7th. I feel like they barely dropped the puck, and I heard the buzzer go off. I wasn't able to really see the game too well. I saw a little bit of it. I was in the back for the most part, so I didn't really get to see it too good. But I felt like I heard make some noise from Javi, the PA announcer, and then I heard like, next thing I know, they're playing the song. We have a goal. I was like, dang, blown away, quick. Love that for us. And then the second goal came at 5 minutes, 43 seconds by Sammy Grimaldi. That was his 4th on the year, and he was assisted by Will O'Donovan for his 9th and DJ McLeish for his 8th. This would have Ogden change their goalies. This was early in the game. I wasn't expecting it quite this early. But Ogden decided to make a goal change early. This would have Dylan Birkins was there. He only faced 6 shots. And then they substituted Hunter Bauer. He would be the one who would enter the game for Birkins after that. So how did it go? It didn't matter because at 12 minutes, 51 seconds, Tim Kim got his 5th on the year. And he was assisted by Andrew Schmidt for his 16th and Ronnie Wade for his 11th. I mean, how awesome is that, guys? Like, switch your goalie, maybe get us a little momentum. Nah, we'll just score again. Tim Kim, since he's been back, he's been on fire. Can't say enough about the kid. Love him. Keep it up, Tim. We love you, man. This one was on the power play, which was awesome for us because we've been struggling the last couple games getting some on the power play. The period would end 3-0. And then not much of a battle for Durkin as he only faced the 2 shots for that period. So gave him kind of a rest period for the most part. Second period, the shots on goal would flop a little bit. Ogden had 16 shots on goal, and the Spud Kings only had 7. So only 1 goal in the period, though. Goalies would show up for the most part. And at the 10-minute, 28-second mark of the period, Brooks Cogwell got his 6th, gets Ogden on the board. That one was coming on a power play, and the power play was due to a melee, a little bit of a fight going on. I think there was a couple of them that technically broke out at this point, but there was a power play because of that, so they ended up taking advantage. Ogden gets on the board right there. And then, let's see. I think DJ and Brody were the ones that actually got into the fight on that. Yeah, they're the ones that got in the fight at the end of the period there. So it was a good one. I was hoping that they were going to let them come back out and they go back at it. But, they played smart kind of for the rest of DJ did, but Brody, what can I say about that dude? Anyway, the period would end 3-1. Spud Kings still leading. Third period defensive battle, not many shots at all. Ogden would only put up 4. Spud Kings would put up 5. Only goal coming on an empty net at 18 minutes, 24 seconds. Liam Phillip gets his 5th on the year, and he was assisted by Jonathan Radikainen for his 5th and Lucas Carlson for his 8th. It was awesome to get that empty netter. It basically sealed the deal, get that momentum. It was close to the end of the game anyway. And it basically sealed it because the game ended 4-1 because of that. Spud Kings win. We get the 2 points. We tie them for first place. Ogden, that is them. But we tie Ogden for first place because we picked up the 2 points. And I did have a chance to talk to Andrew Schmidt after the game. And this is what he had to say.
Hey, everybody. I'm here with Andrew Schmidt. We just got a big W against Ogden, man. How does that feel?
Yeah, it feels good, especially I think we're tied with them 3-3 this year. So that was kind of game 7 for us, but then right back at it tomorrow at their barn, so we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, and if we can win that one, that'll give us an overall commanding lead for first place, so that's big. You've been on a tear lately with assists, goals, the whole thing. Do you plan on keeping this momentum going?
For sure. I'm just trying to work hard. Good things will happen, hopefully. Also, my line mate, Easton Edwards, Liam Donovan, they're working hard. So we're just trying to work our hardest, be role models for this team, and lead us.
Appreciate your time, Andrew. Thank you.
Hey, thanks, Andrew. I really appreciate you stopping and talking with me, man. It's the first time I got to talk to Andrew. He's been tearing it up lately, as I mentioned there. And he gave a lot of credit to his teammates and his line mates, which was awesome. I thought that was really humble of him. I tried to give him some props for being on a tear, and he gave props to his teammates. He said he couldn't do it without them. So really awesome on you, Andrew. Thank you for stopping and talking with me. I also got the chance to talk to Liam Donovan. And Liam had just a couple words to say. I didn't want to keep these guys too long. They played their hearts out, and it was time to go home for everybody for the most part. We had a long cleanup. So here's what Liam had to say.
Hey, what up, Spud Kingdom? I'm here tonight with Liam Donovan. We just picked up a huge game against Ogden and got the big W. How does that make you guys feel?
Makes us feel great. Obviously, coming into the game, I think it was a 10-game streak of having at least getting 1 point. We won 9 before, obviously, last weekend. But, we believed in the group from the start, and so it feels great, but, it's in a way expected at this point.
Yeah, when you've got a back-to-back against these guys tomorrow night at their home, is this momentum going to help you guys with that?
100%. Their building it's a different game in their building. Obviously, we feed off of our crowd in our building, and they do the same in theirs, and a little more ice out there with the Olympic-sized rink. So we're going to have to come out hard on the forecheck, especially make their D force hurried plays, and comes turnovers and goals. So.
Yeah, I agree. Thanks very much for your time, Liam. Of course. Appreciate it, brother.
Thanks, Liam. I really appreciate that, man. That's also the first time we got to talk to Liam and hear from him on the program. So awesome to be able to catch up with these guys and get a first-time interview with some new voices to the program. So that was a big win for us. Like I said before, we picked up the 2 points and we tied Ogden. Durkin got his 14th win on the season, stopping 21 out of 22 shots with a 955 save percentage. I mean, you can't get much better than that. It was very defensively. We kept Ogden out of the zone for the most part. We outshot him for the most part in the game, which was great. And Durkin picks up the big win, also showing why he is the wall. So next up, game 2, Saturday, December 14th at the Ice Sheet. This one was in Ogden, Utah. First period, lots of action, just not in the scoring form. Starting off with Brody Simcoe. This guy. Getting into the penalty, like 11 seconds into the game. Like, really, man? Like, geez. Did you not get enough in the last game? So 11 seconds into the game, he picks up a 10-minute penalty. He just picked up a 2-minute penalty. Sorry, my notes are he picked up a 2-minute penalty, but for the whole night, he had 10 penalty minutes. Like, what was this guy doing? Like, he's one of their best players, and the more time he spends on the ice is probably better for them, but we'll take it. Whatever, man. Yeah, you keep it up. You be aggressive. You do you, boo-boo. Anyway, Brody picked up a lot of penalty minutes in this game, and starting 11 seconds into it. He also, he also had a fight at one point that started towards the end of the period. And from what I could see, there was multiple fights that broke out on this one as well. But nothing ever really came of it, and the period would end 0-0. Second period, we would finally see a goal. Ogden put up 13 shots on goal, and the Spud Kings only put up 5. This whole game, Durkin got bombarded with shots. Like, Ogden was on a tear with their shots on goal. They put up the most that we've seen any team put up on any of our goalies in a long time. So Durkin just got bombarded all night long. But the Spud Kings would get the only goal in the period. At 12 minutes, 27 seconds, Andrew Schmidt, who we heard from a little bit earlier, got his 16th goal of the year, and he was assisted by DJ McLeish, the Beast, for his 9th on the year, and Lucas Ronner, his 6th on the year. This one came on a power play, so awesome again to convert on the power play. That's 2 nights in a row that we was able to do that, which was really good because last weekend, like I said, we struggled a little bit. So 2 nights in a row, we picked up a goal on a power play, which was real good. Wish we could have picked up a little bit more with all them penalty minutes from Brody there, but we'll take it. So the period would end 1-0 Spud Kings, and then the third period would be a small change in story. Shots were almost even. Ogden put up 10, and Spud Kings put up 9. Mustangs would strike first, though, at 1 minute, 4 seconds. Ryan Tong would get his 2nd on the year, and that would even things up there. And then about a minute and a half later, which would be at the 2 minutes, 33 seconds, William Charniak, he got his 7th on the year to put the Mustangs up by 1, and the game was 2-1 at this point. Man, like, we were coming out so good, defensive battle. A lot of the shots were blocked and everything. It was a great first period. Same with the second period, doing good. And then the third period, they come out hot and score 2 right off the bat. That kind of sunk a little bit of the momentum. But we would pick it back up after a little while because it wouldn't hold for the whole period. Because Ogden would hold the lead for about 12 minutes, though. And then at 15 minutes, 23 seconds, Easton Edwards would even it up with his 11th on the year, and he was assisted by Jacob Koldeny, a new guy, I'm guessing. I haven't seen him on any of the rosters previously or even as a scratch. So welcome to the team, and way to help out Easton on that one. And Sammy Grimaldi also got his 5th. And this one was also on a power play. So great to see us strike on the power plays. Regulation would end, though, 2-2. Another tie. These guys, we always battle with Ogden. It's really close every single game for the most part, and this is the second time we went into overtime. And this overtime period would show that Ogden would shoot 4 shots on goal, and the Spud Kings only had 2. No goals would end up going in the net, though, in this period, so it would send us to a shootout again against these guys. This is the second time this year that we've had a shootout with Ogden, and the first time went in our favor. This time, we'll see. So Koldenmi, he would get this start for us, and he would unfortunately miss his shot. So Ogden would send out Simcoe. Don't really have a boo or anything for this guy, but we'll just do one of these. Put out Simcoe. Negative Ghost Rider. The pattern is full. His shot did not go in as well. So both we've had one shooter each, 0-0 at this point. So our next one up would be Easton. Easton Edwards would be up for the Spud Kings, and then he would miss his shot as well. So still 2-0s for us. And then Ogden would send out Troy Hunka to see if he could top him. And Troy Hunka for the Mustangs actually did score. So they would put them up 1-0. And that would put up the next shot means the Heat would be on. Since we've already had two shooters, usually the shootout is like a best of three type thing. So they got a goal. That means we have to score on our next shot or they automatically win. So all the heat was on DJ the Beast McLeish. But you know what? That dude, I feel like he doesn't really feel pressure like you think he does. But he puts one home, glove side, and evened up the score 1-1 in the shootout. So that would send up the third shooter for Ogden. And so now if the third shooter makes it, Ogden wins. If he misses it, then we basically go to a sudden death, best one of one. And so Ogden would send up Dennis Kuzmankov to try to make it game over, but he missed. So now it's 1-1. We're going into the sudden death. That's going to give us one more chance, possibly to win the game or keep it going. So we send up Ronnie Wade, and Ronnie couldn't got the call from Coach Bone, but unfortunately he wasn't able to get it through. So that would leave it up to William Cherniak. He had a chance to win it for Ogden, so he would step up and he would shoot. He would score. Game over. Man, this game, such a good game, minus like all the penalties and all the other shenanigans that were going on. This was a good game through and through. And for it to end this way, heartbreaking. What else can I say besides a heartbreaker for us? So the Spud Kings would lose the shootout 2-1 and the game 3-2. And Ogden retains first again with a 2 points for that win. But we as in the Spud Kings did get 1 point for the overtime loss. So now we're only 1 point behind Ogden going into this next weekend. But still, now we're a point behind. Even we gained that one the night before and we were tied. It felt so good for one night. But it was a heck of a battle, guys. I can't say anything wrong about that. And Spud Kings get out for the first time. They got outshot for the first time in like 10 games. I think we've been putting up huge numbers, and Ogden's the one that put up the huge numbers in this game. So that was the first time that we got outshot by a lot. So Durkin would stop 36 out of 38 shots, though, for a .947 save percentage. And he did give up 2 shots in the shootout and gave up 2 the goals there. Those don't count against his overall save percentage, but they do count, obviously, towards the score. And they were kind of costly, but we still love you, Dirk, baby. Keep your head up. We love you. You got all the heart. You played played a heck of a game, man. So we can't take that away from you. Shootouts suck, and we never want them to come down to that, even though they are exciting, because it is a lot more pressure for our goalies. But you know what, Dirk? You battled. You gave it your all, and we love you, buddy. Thank you anyway. Keep it up the good work, bud. Record for Dirk on the year is 14-4-1. I'll take that. I'll take that any day. So the weekend, we split with Ogden 1-1. We did go into overtime on the one loss. So Durkin got his first overtime loss on the year, and then we did pick up a point for that, luckily. So it didn't put us too far behind Ogden. We're only 1 point behind. So coming up, we got the stats, standings, 3 stars of the week, and the player of the week for the NCDC. So we'll start with the stats and standings portion. The Spud Kings are 17-5-2 on the year. The 2 means that they've lost in overtime twice, and that gives us 1 point for each of those losses. Second place with 37 overall points, 1 point behind Ogden. Andrew Schmidt is still leading the team with points with 32, and he's 5th in the NCDC. He's also first on the team in goals with 16, and he's 7th in the NCDC. Easton Edwards is still first in assists with 17. And with that, unfortunately, nobody made Player of the Week this week from our team. It looked like it was a couple of the Rock Springs guys and a couple of Pueblo guys that made it. So, unfortunately, we did not make it this week. So, I'm still going to give out an award, though, for my 3 stars of the week. So, my 3 stars of the week, I did have one runner-up this week, and it was Sammy Grimaldi. He had a goal and an assist, and every week this guy seems to contribute in some way, whether it's an assist or a goal. He's starting to pick it up. I think he's only got like 5 of each in the season, but they're all coming recently within the last couple games. So this guy's starting to pick it up, and he's very noticed. So don't think you're unnoticed, Sammy. You are my runner-up, but you almost made the 3rd star this week. But I do see you. I see you, boy. Keep it up, Sammy. So my 3rd star is DJ McLeish. He had 2 assists, and then he had the goal on the shootout. The goal on the shootout didn't count for like an overall goal, so unfortunately that's why he is my 3rd star of the week. But this guy, ever since coming back to the team along with Tim Kim, they continued to contribute, whether it's goals, assists, or whatever it may be. This team is awesome with these guys back on it, and we appreciate you. Thank you, DJ the Beast McLeish, my 2nd star of the week. And then my 1st star of the week goes to Easton Easy E. Edwards, man. This guy had 2 goals this week, and he got the first goal to kick off Friday night's attack when we got the 3 goals in the first period to come out on fire. He started that off for us. And then on night 2, Saturday, he's the one that got the game tying goal to send it into overtime. That way we didn't pick up the L to begin with. This guy came through in the clutch, and he got us a goal to send it into OT. So that's why Easton gets my 1st star of the week. So runner-up was Sammy. 3rd star was DJ the Beast McLeish. 2nd star was Andrew Schmidt. 1st star, Easton Easy E. Edwards. So those are my 3 stars of the week. And then let's see. Trivia. Let's get to some trivia a little bit. We only had 1 response to my question from last week. So I don't know if it's because it was a Spud Kings question. Those seem to only get like maybe 1 person answering. The NHL ones get more. So I'm going to do an NHL question this week. But last week's question was, who led the team in goals for the Spud Kings last season? And the answer was DJ McLeish. And Brian Colson was able to answer that correctly. So, Brian, I'm just waiting on some shirts to come in adult sizes. For some reason, I only have kid sizes right now. And then I'll get you a Spud Kingdom podcast T-shirt to go with that prize. Because you're a 2-time winner now. So this week, because I had such a small response for the Spud Kings question, we're going back to the NHL for this week's question. And my question is, who is the NHL all-time leader in penalty minutes? Once again, who is the NHL all-time leader in penalty minutes? Like, this is career, like all-time penalty minutes. And the reason why I came up with this one was because of Brody Simcoe. This dude spent, I think, a total of 1 whole period in the penalty box this last weekend. So it made me think, who spent the most time in the penalty box in their career? So that's the question for the week. Who in the NHL has the all-time leader for penalty minutes? So answer me on the socials. I'm going to post them on Facebook and X after the episode goes live. You can hit me up on there. You can message me. You can also, if you follow me on Insta or somewhere else, go ahead and message me there. Comment on the episode when it's released if you want to. Wherever you listen, comment on there. You can give me the answer. I'll check it out. and we'll get back to you. And hopefully I get more response this weekend and I can do that spin the wheel thing that I did a couple weeks ago, because that was a lot more fun. So that's the trivia question for the week. And now let's get on to the rule of the week. The rule of the week is roughing. And the reason why I picked this is because I feel like there was probably 20,000 roughing calls this weekend. Okay, that's extremely exaggerated, but there were a lot. There was a lot going on. Always is when we play Ogden. Those two teams are very competitive, and they always go hard against each other. So roughing was a big one, so that's why I picked it this week. And roughing shall be considered any act where a player uses unnecessary force to push or shove an opponent or makes avoidable physical contact, even a non-body check with an opponent after the whistle. Also can be enforced if a player uses his hands, arms, or stick in a careless or reckless manner while delivering a check. So if they're delivering a check and they use more than like their hips or their body, and they use like their hands or their fist, stick a little bit, that can be considered roughing. A minor or double minor shall be assessed to any player who is deemed guilty of roughing. So depending on how rough the initial roughing is, most of the time roughing is considered an incidental penalty because they were going in to make a play and they caught one or something. But this last weekend, I think most of them were very, very not by accident, very purposely. So there's that. You can get a minor, which is just a regular version. You can get a double minor if they consider it a little bit more rough, or you can get a major plus a game misconduct can be assessed if the player is recklessly endangers an opponent. So if you recklessly endanger your opponent when you're doing this roughing, you can technically be kicked out of the game and get a game misconduct and a match penalty and be assessed a major for your team. And a match, and a match penalty could also be assessed, because if it ends up causing some type of injury, and like if kind of like earlier when we were talking about the slashing thing, if they slash on purpose to cause injury, it can be considered a game misconduct. Same thing here with roughing. If you're going in there to literally try to hurt somebody, or whatever you're gonna do, like you're aware that you're about to hit this person illegally and it could mess them up, you can be considered a major, and then a game misconduct can be assessed for that. So that would be our rule of the week. So let's wrap things up, man. Not much going on this week. I wasn't able to get a fan interview, so I thought maybe I didn't really talk about my experience when I went to the game a couple weeks ago. I mean, I talked about it a little bit, so I guess I'll talk about that a little bit this time. I got to spend the day at the game with Brian, who won the trivia today, or last week, I mean. He had an extra ticket, and he was like, "Hey, man, you want to come to the game?" I was like, "Oh, that'd be awesome." And he's got seats on the glass, and I've never sat on the glass at a hockey game except for back in high school, and it's definitely not the same experience as it is now. But, man, that was some of the coolest action I've ever seen. I've worked all over that arena. I've seen views from all over that arena, but I've never really... And I've been to a couple games as a fan, but my seats have never been that close. I'm usually up a little bit higher because I can take what I can get, whatever is available. And usually, it's just a couple seats up in the 12th row or something. But so that's the closest I've ever sat at a hockey game. And it was a different experience. I got to tell you guys, it was awesome. I had me some, I always talk about food and what people like to eat when they go to the games. This time around, I had the buffalo chicken mac and cheese. It was pretty good, pretty delicious. It hit the spot. It got me through the game. I was able to make it the whole night because, didn't really get to dinner at that point because I had to do some work. And then I came home, got ready, and went straight over to the game. So I picked up some grub at the game. Wasn't afraid. Everything they hit their slaps, as Jimmy would say. So I hit me up some grub. It was delicious. The game was awesome. It was a battle. We ended up winning. That was the game where the third period, at the end of it, there was a goal by us, a goal by them, and a goal by us. It was awesome to be in person and to be a part of that and be able to cheer with you guys and slap the glass and be accepted by all those rowdies in 117, man. Shout out once again, my rowdies in 117. You guys are awesome for accepting me as a fan and knowing that it was my night off and I could just chill and hang out with you guys. And it was awesome. Appreciate it. Once again, shout out Brian. Thank you for letting me go to the game with you. That was a little bit of my experience for the game that I got to go to this year as a fan so far. Hoping to pick up a couple more here in the future. I'm going to be having surgery on my ankle, so I won't be able to work as much. So maybe I'll be able to go enjoy some of these games with you guys. So we'll see how that goes. So on my weekend wrap up, we went 1-1 on the weekend. We're still number 2 in the standings. We play Rock Springs both Friday and not both. We play Rock Springs in Rock Springs on Friday, December 20th, and then we play Utah Outliers in their home on Saturday, December 21st. So, like I said, no games at home until after the new year. Both of these are on the way. So, most of you, I know it's that time of year. It's the holidays. Probably can't travel and go watch the boys. So, make sure you turn on Flow Sports, Flow Hockey, and check them out, man. I'm going to be watching it with my fam. We're going to go do some Christmas stuff and check out some lights. And I think we're going to Paw Patrol or something cool like that on the Saturday with the kids. But I'm going to be checking out. I'm going to be watching the game. I'll be watching it on Flow Hockey. So make sure you represent, cheer on our boys. Ogden, just on a side note, does host Pueblo both Friday and Saturday. So they got a good task ahead of them. Hopefully, some good things will come out of this weekend, and maybe we can be number 1 when the new year starts, and maybe have a Merry Christmas that way, huh? Probably won't get any player interviews until after the new year, just due to them being on the road, and then they have a bye week on Christmas weekend. So I won't be getting any player interviews for a couple weeks, but that's okay. I'll try to make it up. Maybe we'll get some cool sounds from the away broadcast. We'll see. I don't know. Some of those guys, yeah, they're all right. But we'll see what we can get for you guys. Once again, my 3 stars of the week were DJ McLeish, Andrew Schmidt, Easton Edwards. And I want to thank you guys again for always tuning in with me and listening every week and giving me feedback and let me know you want to hear more stuff and hear more different things. I'm working on getting like background music and stuff like that. It's not as easy as you think, because you actually have to pay for rights for it and stuff. But I have this program through my distributor. I'm going to try to pay for that here in the next couple weeks, and I'll get some background music and stuff going, like when I'm doing the recap, so it'll make it a little bit more exciting and stuff for you guys. I'll also try to get some more sound effects and stuff as well. Maybe I'll get some boos for when we play like Simcoe and Joss and stuff like that. We'll figure it out. I'll get back to you guys on that. But thanks again. I really appreciate it. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and on X. Also on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music. That's where I have this launched. And if it's somewhere that you guys would rather listen to your podcast, let me know, and I can see what I can do about getting it on that platform for you. Because I'm all about it. Like, if you guys listen to a certain platform, just let me know, please hit me up, and I'll see what I have to do to get it on there. My distributor is pretty good about getting it onto all platforms. So whatever it's not on that you want to listen to, let me know. I'll see what I can do. I just want to wish you guys once again a happy holidays. Be safe. Love that family. Love that neighbor, man. Be good to each other out there. This is the season of joy, season of giving. Be grateful for one another. I love you guys. Thanks again for tuning in. This is Woody signing off. And as always, go Spud Kid.
K-I-N-G, kings, meaning we seen things. And without a cheat sheet, a walking beast, no wanting peace until I'm knee deep in the rewards I need to retrieve. Keep the receipt once I receive what I work for, but never relieve. Better watch out, if you don't move, get ready to fall down. If you don't root for my son, I'm not proud. Like what you talking about, I'll pop out, even if it's hard out. Somebody let the dogs out, like they're coming for the dog out before being brought out. Whoa, they might need to keep me locked out because I will stomp in my stomping grounds till it's known this is Spud Kingdom.